Hello there everyone, ArwenStarsong here and welcome to my channel. I really love these headphones, they're amazing. So I thought I'd wear them today for this. I'm going to be filming several blogs to talk about several different things. This is the first blog out of that series, and this blog is kind of just going to be a little bit about myself. I don't think I actually have anything like this on my channel, and if I do, then it was probably a very, very long time ago, so I don't think I've updated it or anything like that. And I will give you fair warning, I am not very good at talking about myself. It's kind of awkward, and sometimes I kind of tend to stutter when I do. I am not great at talking about myself, so here is my way of just kind of breaking that shell a little bit, and I'm doing this completely unscripted. So, if you guys like it, then please press that thumbs up button. I guess here's some stuff about me. Fact number one about me. I have been a classically trained musician for about, I want to say 15 to 16 years now. I know that for singing, it was ever since I turned about 4 or 5. My father and my cousin taught me how to sing, and it's kind of where I started to get really into it. I knew I wanted to be a singer when I got older, and as I grew up, I was always in choir. I always wanted to be in musical theater. I always just wanted to do something related to singing because I just loved singing so much. Sorry for the camera shaking. I have my computer on my bed here. I always kind of grew up with this really deep passion for music. Around the time I started high school, I picked up classical piano and started to write my own music as well, and it was really like piano and vocal music only. I have an album called SelfEsteem that's just on Bandcamp that is basically some of the first songs I had the courage to record, and it was all just piano and vocal. So if you want to give that a listen, then links down below. I kind of grew into metal probably around junior high school. I got into Nightwish. My brother showed me Nightwish and introduced me, and I just was hooked on this sound. I was just like, yo, this is awesome. I want to create shit like this. Like, where has this been all my life? And it kind of branched out from there into bands like Evanescence, Serenia, and Within Temptation a lot, because Within Temptation is actually one of my favorite bands of all time, and Delane. Delane is also one of my all-time favorite bands. Yeah, that kind of is how I got into metal and got into music writing. I just started classically training in piano and vocals, and it kind of just grew on me. I was the only freshman in my advanced piano class and the fastest learning person, apparently, from what my teacher had said. And I was supposed to be in the orchestra when I got to college, but then I majored in theater. Fact number 2 about me, which brings us to that, I have a bachelor degree in musical theater. It's a bachelor's degree in acting, but the acting style that I chose to focus on solely was opera. That was kind of just the thing that, I was always drawn to opera when I was doing musical theater, and I still watch opera, like, a lot on my spare time. I've seen a lot of opera. It's like one of my all-time favorite genres of music, and it's kind of surprising I don't do an opera cover for this channel, but this channel is focused on metal, so I actually am thinking about doing opera metal one of these days, so hey, who knows, maybe it'll come out soon. Next fact about me. This is going a lot better than I thought, which is good. I enjoy this is a jar that my boyfriend got for me for our anniversary, and it's probably the best thing he's ever bought for me. Oh my god, it's like super awesome. I get to stuff the shit out of this thing with candy and cookies, and I'm just like, yes! So we're gonna open it. Oh, the sweet smell of cookies. It's not deadly nightshade, I promise. So in there right now I got some Jolly Ranchers, some dark chocolate, and some of these animal cookies, but instead of them being animal cookies that are regular, they are mythical creatures. So this is the Loch Ness Monster. That is probably the worst thing about me. I legitimately cannot say no to a cookie. It's like cookies are literally the bane of my existence. I have such a weak spot for cookies. It's not even funny. It's like the worst thing ever. Should not be speaking with my mouth full. Excuse me. Next fact about me. I don't know what number I'm on. Yay. I like to collect plushies. They are super cute. It's like I am this goth chick that loves macabre and deadly things. In fact, that is another thing I am probably going to show you in just a bit because it's something that not many people have. But I really do love stuffed animals. Ever since I was younger, they were kind of just my route of comforting myself whenever I felt down in the dumps. And I saw this guy on the internet recently, and this guy. And I freaked out because I was like, oh my freaking god. They're so adorable. Look at this guy. Look at him. He has a tiny scythe. How cute is that? And they're snuggly. I mean, snuggly things are like my favorite things ever. And I do enjoy giving him a cuddle whenever I'm relaxing or lounging around. And look at this guy! Look at him! Isn't he cute? He has a little lamp that glows in the dark. It's so adorable. I just need to find that white one, the plague nurse. And I'll have a whole collection of deadly but cute things. And it just, oh, I love it so much. And that is something that a lot of people say is kind of only for kids. But I'm like, you know what? I love living my inner child because I kind of feel like if I was just a boring adult, then, you know, I'm just like everyone else. I just want to be me, you know? Oh, and I am a huge fan of Kirby. Next fact, I love Kirby. I have so many Kirbys all over my room. I just don't want to get up and get them, but this one's my pride and joy right here. He's with me on every live stream on my Twitch, which is also linked below, by the way. And let's see, the next fact about me, I like to collect skulls and dead things. This is a skull that had vodka in it. I think it's called Crystal Skull brand. And I filled it with glitter. Like some of the prettiest glitter ever, right? I made it into kind of like a little sensory jar thing that I could kind of just, you know, wriggle around like that. But I do have a huge collection of skulls and bottles. I love collecting bottles because you never know when you're gonna need a bottle, you know? Something with a cork. You know, it's just always nice to have a container around because you never know. Let's see, which brings me to the other thing that I wanted to show you guys, but where the hell is he? Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go grab this. This is my cute little Mayan skull. I am actually Mexican and also from the Spanish culture as well and the French, which is kind of weird because that's kind of a dark story. This is a little Mayan skull. It's so cute. And it has a thing that comes out like that to take off his little cranium. And inside of this, I have a moth. And this moth is actually from a house that I lived with Vincent for a little bit. And this moth actually, for like the last days of when we were there, was just flying around, you know, looking like he was about to die. And we never knew where he ended up. But then when we moved, I saw that he was perfectly preserved in like the back corner of a room, and I was like, I'm taking this. So I took him, and I've just ever since been keeping him in this little jar. It's pretty neat. And I also have, to match this, a little statuette of Chichen Itza. And it's really, really cool collecting stuff that's from my culture. It kind of just helps me get to know myself a little bit more. You guys should all collect stuff from your culture, because it's always cool to know the history behind you know? Alright, so, next fact about me. By this point, it's probably about like 10. Oops, I totally hit the microphone. Hold on. Excuse me. I read tarot cards. I have a couple of my decks here. I have the Seasons of the Witch Oracle deck, and it is a beautiful red deck. I love it so much. It kind of matches my aesthetic, which is to be black, red, and purple all the time. Shuffling them is very easy too. I really enjoy it. And I love the art style too. It's like really creepy. And I have several other decks in my collection as well. But these two are the decks that I use the most. I use my Seasons of the Witch, which is my newer one. And then I also use my beautiful, lovely vampire deck that my lovely friend Sheena bought for me. It is seriously like one of my favorite things that I've ever had, and these readings that I read from these are scary accurate. I am very in sync with this deck, and I have started selling my tarot reading services on Etsy. This is the deck I use for every single reading. This accompanied with this. I have like 2 or 3 more decks over there in my bookshelf, but again, probably shouldn't be getting up too much seeing as my computer is like on the edge of the bed. So, next fact about me. I really enjoy video games. Here's my controller. It's really cool. Unfortunately, I know if I turn it on right now, it's just going to throw off my entire setup here. But I have a Twitch stream, which is linked below, that I play a lot of video games on. Most of the games I like to focus on are more of the RPG, story-driven games. I don't like first-person shooters. They're not my jam. But if you ever want to join me to hang out for a video game, then feel free to join me to hang out for a video game on there. I do so every Friday and Thursday, and sometimes Saturdays, depending. So the next thing about me is that I really do love collecting stones. So here's a few of my prettier ones. I think this is a piece of citrine. Good stuff for attracting money. And I think this is a very unpolished tiger eye. I have a whole bunch of just stones just chilling around my house and in my room. I love to collect them. They're kind of my thing. And one of my all-time favorite stones, rose quartz. I have this huge spear that I bought a while back. Kind of has a few chips from when I moved though, but it's still one of my all-time favorites. And I actually started a new thing. I like wearing them too, so I'm starting to collect these bracelets made of stones. This one's made out of amethyst. I just really enjoy giving myself that positivity that these stones kind of channel to me. Another fact about me is that I am very, very self-conscious. That's why every time I film, I'm always at least wearing something decent. I know today I did not want to film unless I was made up, which I happen to be because I filmed for a cover today, but I'm normally the type of person that I do not like looking gross or feeling gross, so I always have to like throw on all this makeup. But then kind of grew up with self-esteem issues just all my life. I was always the fat girl in school, and it kind of just played with me a little bit as far as mental health wise. Recently, I started to actually make more effort to lose weight and also to, you know, just overall care about myself and try to love myself more, which is why on my Instagram I started doing more photo shoots as of recent, and it's kind of just a way of telling myself, you know, you're more than what people say or think about you, and you shouldn't be having these negative thoughts about yourself. It's all about self-love, and if you can't love yourself, then how the heck are you going to love anyone else, you know? It's just one of those things that kind of has always afflicted me ever since I've been growing up, and, you know, I kind of just want to help bring that message out there that if you're like that, you're not alone. There's so many other people out there that are struggling just like you and don't feel good about themselves, and want to let you know that you're 100% worth it. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. Alrighty, and then the last fact for now, because I kind of noticed that this video is kind of getting a bit long. I do play video games, yes, but I forgot to mention earlier, so I made it my own thing. I love Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is my all-time favorite gaming franchise. I have followed it ever since 3D Night, and I've played ever since. I just don't have stories and stories too, but otherwise I've played every single Monster Hunter game, and other games I've played every single game of. Wait, actually I didn't play every single game of Zelda. I don't think I've played Breath of the Wild yet, now that I think about it. Not all of it anyway. There's only 2 games I haven't beaten in the Zelda franchise, and those are Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword, mostly because Skyward Sword was freaking frustrating. And then as far as Kingdom Hearts goes, I think I've only played Dream Drop Distance 1, 2, and 365 over 2 days, or however the heck it's said. It's numbers, okay? It's been a bit since I've touched the game. 365 over 12, 365 over something. 367, it's 300 something, okay? The game with numbers, it has Shion in it, and it's about Organization 13. But yeah, I played that game, and I haven't touched 3 yet, even though I have it. I haven't had time. And my other favorite game is Alice Madness Returns, which I am currently working on streaming the entirety of in my Twitch channel, which is linked below once again. So anyways, those are facts about me. Oh, and behold, it is Jackie from the future using the laptop webcam that kind of sucks, but hey, here I am. I actually came back because I forgot to record the last part of this video. I am such a dork. But then again, I did record 2 vlogs in one night, so it kind of probably just blurred by me like, haha, oopsie, I totally forgot. But just want to let you know, thank you all so much for coming by my channel and for watching this. I really appreciate if you stayed till the end of the video. Any of the links that I was describing before are going to be in the description box below. And I hope that you will tune in for the next vlog, and also for any of the music that I have coming up on this channel. I have so much coming to you guys soon, and I can't wait to show you. Until then, okay, thanks, bye.